Hi and welcome to the lesson where we'll be discussing string concatenation. So during this lesson, we'll discuss the following topics: using the plus operator for concatenation and using the StringBuilder and StringBuffer classes for concatenation. Before we start, let's quickly review what concatenation means in the context of strings. Concatenation refers to the process of combining two or more strings into a single string. In Java, we can use the plus operator to concatenate strings. Let's take a look at a simple example. So consider the following code. So we are going to define two variables, one for the first name and one for the last name. String first name equals, let's say, John, and string last name equals Doe. And let's now define one more string that will contain concatenation of these two strings and space between them. So we say string full name equals first name plus space plus last name. And finally, let's print the full name. Let me run the program and see the output. Okay, so as we can see, John Doe as a single string was printed to the console. So in this example, we have defined two string variables, first name and last name, and assigned them the values John and Doe respectively. Next, we have concatenated these two strings using the plus operator to create a new string called full name. And finally, we have printed the value of the full name to the console, which in this case is John Doe with space. It's important to note that plus operator can be used to concatenate not just strings, but also other data types such as integers and floating point numbers. For example, let's define int variable a with value 5 and int b equals 10, for example. And let's create one more variable called result, and we'll assign it the following value. The sum of a and b is, and now let's specify the sum in parentheses, a plus b. Okay, and finally, let's print the result. So in this example, we have defined two integer variables, a and b, and assigned them the values 5 and 10 respectively. Next, we have used the plus operator to concatenate several strings and the result of an expression to create a new string result. And finally, we have printed the value of result to the console, which is, in this case, the sum of 5 and 10 is 15. Let's run the program and see the output. Okay, as we can see, the sum of 5 and 10 is 15. But let's now modify this code in the following way. Let's remove these parentheses and rerun the program. And now we can see that the sum of 5 and 10 is 510 for some reason. Why? This is because we didn't use parentheses here, and the sum operation goes from the left to right. So we concatenated to the string the value of a, which is 5, and then we concatenated the value of b, which is 10. So we concatenated them to string, and they were transformed to strings, and that's why, as an output, we have 510. So if you want to print the sum, we need to use parentheses. So in this case, a plus b will be calculated first, and then the result will be transformed to string and will be concatenated to this string. So in conclusion, the plus operator is a simple and convenient way to concatenate strings in Java. In the next part of this lesson, we'll be discussing a more efficient way to concatenate strings using the StringBuilder and StringBuffer classes. As we discussed, the plus operator is a simple and convenient way to concatenate strings, but it has its limitations. When concatenating a large number of strings, it can become slow and inefficient, leading to performance issues. To avoid these problems, we can use the StringBuilder and StringBuffer classes, which are designed specifically for string concatenation. The StringBuilder class was introduced in Java 5 and is unsynchronized, meaning that it's not thread safe. On the other hand, the StringBuffer class is a synchronized version of StringBuilder and is thread safe, making it suitable for use in multi-threaded applications. However, this synchronization comes with a performance cost, so if you are not using it in a multi-threaded context, it's recommended to use the StringBuilder instead. The syntax for using these classes is very similar to using the plus operator. Let's take a look at the example. Let's define the StringBuilder. Let's call it StringBuilder as well. StringBuilder equals new StringBuilder. So this is how we create a StringBuilder. After that, let's append it several strings. So we'll use StringBuilder dot append, and now we have to specify the string we are going to append to the StringBuilder. So by default, StringBuilder will contain an empty string, and after we append the value, it will be appended to the string that StringBuilder currently has. So as I mentioned, default value is empty string. After we append the hello, the StringBuilder will now contain the hello string, but we also want to append the space afterwards, and after that we want to append world. So let's now print the value StringBuilder dot toString. We can avoid using this toString method because anyways it will be called in the system out print line, but just for your information, if you want to get a value of the StringBuilder, you can do something like this: string value equals StringBuilder to string. Okay, so let's now just use the following approach and run the program and see the output. Okay, we can see the hello world printed to the console. And in this example, we first create a new instance of the StringBuilder class. Then we use the append method to concatenate strings to it. Finally, we call the toString method to convert the StringBuilder to a string and print it here. The StringBuffer class works in the same way, with the only difference being that we would use StringBuffer instead of StringBuilder. So we can just copy paste this code, and here let's use StringBuffer instead. Let's rename this variable to StringBuffer, and let's update it to StringBuffer as well here. So let's now run the program and see that hello world is now printed 2 times. Okay, as you can see, it's printed 2 times to the console. It's important to note that unlike the plus operator, the StringBuilder and StringBuffer classes are mutable, meaning that we can change their contents. This can be useful if we need to make multiple concatenations or insertions into a string. In conclusion, the StringBuilder and StringBuffer classes are powerful alternatives to the plus operator for string concatenation, especially when concatenating a large number of strings. They offer improved performance and the ability to change their contents, making them a flexible option for string manipulation. So that's it for the lesson. Thank you for attention and see you on the next lesson. Bye.